Well, everybody, chapter 198 is out for Vinland Saga, so we had to assemble a team for only the second time, I believe, the three of us, but you don't know who the other two are, because you're blind, you didn't read the title, and I haven't introduced them yet. But I am here. Who am I? Who knows? But we're also here with EliteAri.
Oh, yeah, mate. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm absolutely exquisite chapter. 198. Oh, I absolutely love it. Oh, Hild's my favorite character, like everybody else in his bloody manga.
This definitely is
mate.
Kiwi, by the way. So apparently you
Hey,
can't
mate,
tell the
it's
difference.
literally any rugby commentator I've heard.
There's a few New Zealand ones. Yep. That was Jarkey Bacon. If you couldn't tell, chat.
Oh no, that was legit, boys.
He's doing
rate it in the comment section out of 10.
Yes, he's doing his cameo performance for his classical character from that one video he just released that I still haven't watched yet. What's that video about,
Oh,
Bacon?
yeah. That's a great question, Kyle. It's about quizzing people about Vinland Saga and seeing if they're actually true fans. And who's the greatest fan of all time? Well, you just have to watch to find out.
And where can they find that video?
Oh, Jarkey Bacon. Add Jarkey Bacon on YouTube because we have the new glorious handles that have been introduced since the last time we did this because Yukimura missed a month.
Yes, Yukimura did miss a month. But on this channel, which is the secondary ENT channel right now, I do not have a special handle. There's like 3 numbers at the end because I still didn't go through the emails. So I'm behind. Embarrassing. But actually, EliteAri should probably do his introduction now.
Hello everyone.
So
I
not a
do
British
have handles.
one. Shake my head.
I can't do a British accent. There's no way.
Oi.
But yep. Oi,
mate,
I'm British.
I'm British, boys. Bottle of water.
Brilliant. They say that in Harry Potter, remember?
Stupid. What, sorry?
Brilliant.
Do they?
What do you say?
They say brilliant.
Bloody
all the time.
brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, Hermione.
Yeah, true.
What
Don't
a
write
set of
it.
movies.
You can hear it in
My
your head.
goodness.
Anyway, Ari's here.
Yes, I'm here.
He did some
Saga
Vinland
good.
something on his channel one time with Bacon or something you can go and watch or something.
Yep. I got like 200 pages of notes from my read through. It's great.
Incredible stuff.
But today, like no notes. Like I got notes based on the whatever happened, but nothing like to point out, just so I remember what happened.
Oh, yes.
True.
And we've made a conceded effort, I think that's the word, to make Ari speak this episode since last time. He was a little, what am I even looking for here? A little bitch. He didn't say nothing.
I said like 10 words. I don't know what to say.
I'm legit going to time you, Ari. I said you had to do more than 5. These things going for now.
Oh,
so
boy.
they literally should be the easiest thing you've done in your life.
I don't know.
Maybe Ari
Cool.
should do all the recaps, so at least he's saying something.
All right.
Are we
Page
getting
1.
into
There's
that?
a wall. Yeah.
I guess first
There's a
of all,
wall.
we should say that me and Ari both read the chapter like an hour ago, even though we're like a week late with this.
Yeah.
Because we're both lazy Vinland Saga fans. Bacon probably read it when the leaks were coming out a week ago, right, Bacon?
Oh, I'm an anti-leaker. I do not read the rules, okay? I like to have my pristine Project Vinland translator chapters. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, I do. I was editing this video and I was like, yeah, I'm making so much progress this evening. I'm going, and then like 9 o'clock, the chapter drops. I'm like, okay, they said it was going to come out on Sunday. It comes out on Friday. Why are they so fast? And then I just lost the whole evening because I'm just like, oh, I've got to make a Reddit comment now.
Bacon loves his Reddit comments, puts a lot of work into them. CeeLo Pilder's in chat. He's very excited for us. I don't think he's read Vinland Saga though, so his excitement will dissipate. Maybe he does. I feel like maybe I say that every time, and he's always like, actually, I do, you fucking idiot. But anyway, I was going to plug something that Bacon was talking about. Oh, because he said Project Vinland, and I was going to be like, oh, there's a video about that on Bacon's channel too. But so
just go and follow Project Vinland on Twitter.
Yes.
Bacon.
I'm at
She's
the farmland arc. CeeLo Pild, you got to get out of here now.
Boy.
Oh boy.
I need to read more.
I need to read more.
Indeed. The oh, I lost a tangent that I was going to go on too. Oh, Heath is in chat. Don't think has read Vinland Saga, doesn't know violence is bad. Don't think Hild has read Vinland Saga, doesn't. Oh, we'll get into all of that. Don't you worry. That's one of my 3 notes that I have.
Oh man, he's stealing points.
Yes,
Stealing.
poor fucking Heath in chat.
Maybe
What a prick.
maybe I should get up my Reddit comment because that would probably be more words than your stupid 3 notes, Kyle.
Don't
Okay?
worry, we got plenty to talk about. We got the fucking chapter up off screen right now. We'll come up
I
with
will
shit.
say, Ari, you are currently on 4 seconds, man. We're
Boy.
not doing well.
All
I don't
right,
know what to say.
Ari, should we do this chronologically? Should we talk about the stuff? Should we have Ari narrate what's going on a page as we talk about it? Is that how we're going to do this?
I have no idea. Why don't we talk about the rats? There's rats everywhere.
That is
Why
at the
they're
beginning.
Rats, you know?
The continuing motif of the rats. That's how we're talking about. Hold on. First of all, the name of this chapter, it's boring. 1,000-Year Voyage, Part 7. I thought it was going to be interesting. It wasn't. Vinland, this wall is a fortress of mistrust. They're building
Kyle,
a
why
wall.
are you expecting anything else at this point? You know how these things work.
I had forgotten, but
yourself
now I
disappointment
remember
over nothing,
Baltic
man.
Sea War Part 34 or whatever, and Bacon's complaining about it. I remember. We start off the chapter. These this Thorfinn, Einar, Bug Eyes, what a king. And I guess Hild is with them, or is she not?
She is. I actually missed on my first time.
Yeah,
my
she
first few
appeared in
times
one
looking-
frame, and I was
she
like, what
showed-
the fuck?
Yeah, Nani?
Nani, yes, indeed. But they try to go to the camp where they know it is for the Linu people, but they're all gone. And we do see some rats eating away at, I don't know, some dirt or some shit, or a cloth or something on the ground that they left behind in like the rubble. So Bacon, we're genociding the Linu people, correct, with these rats. That's how history works.
Yeah, I think that's how history works because rats carry diseases and stuff. Okay, I didn't actually remember the first picture of the rats. I thought there was only one. There's 2. Oh,
Is there one
Nice.
later that I forgot?
well, there's one. So after Paul Mugg and the squad teacher come out, there's like a picture of a rat.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
They're in the same position. Oh,
It's a cute one.
interesting. It is a cute one.
High detail rats. The Yukimura prick can do it all. Rats, not a good indication for all us positive Vinland Saga fans.
And Kyle, we need to clarify this. I was thinking about it the other day. What do you lads mean when you think about happy Vinland Saga ending? Okay, I'm giving you a way out here. Okay.
Well, I usually say Thorfinn will sacrifice himself or something, but it'll all succeed in the end. Everybody will be happy. I guess usually
so
I
Vinland will
just
succeed.
I didn't catch the first part of that, Bake. What did you say?
So Vinland, the settlement will succeed. They'll be able to stay on North America.
The very
Something
next line
ahistorical.
I was going to say was it was going to be ahistorical, which means not historical, I think. So that's what I've been copying, you know the word, for the last couple months.
Do you have? Well, Kyle, do you know what the capital of Denmark of the Vikings is?
I do not.
Copenhagen. So it's a perfect place for you, man. Okay, so you can just go and move right to Denmark, get all their social benefits, pay a ton of taxes, and actually have a great life. Because I've heard it's very nice there.
Probably fucking cold up there. No rugby league either. Get me out of that hellhole.
True.
The opposite
True.
of Australia. Yikes. But indeed, these rats are not good. I don't know if I fully fleshed out. I feel like I would have at one time what the happy ending looks like. I don't know. Violence being bad, but you could do that with a sad ending too.
Ari, are you kind of similar boat? Do you think that it's going ahistorical?
Well, I haven't even looked at the historical stuff yet. I remember when I finished my read through, I was like, yeah, I'll watch all these videos. I'll catch up on what's going on. I'll read the Wikipedia article, and I didn't read anything. But I will, I'm sure. So I don't know really the details of what like the history is, but I think it's gonna be a happy ending. Like I haven't changed much, even with this conflict that's brewing at the moment. But I don't know what that means. Like I don't know if they like I don't know if maybe that means like everyone leaves and Thorfinn stays behind or something, or if this story ends with like the next generation or something, like instead of seeing what's happening here, seeing how the like whatever's happening, like the conflict that happens here, how does that impact the next generation? And then there's like an epilogue at the end or something to thematically tie it up. Like I don't know. But, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, because so I'd say like so the history is because Christopher Columbus is known, and we know that we don't have Vikings don't stay in Vinland historically, so they leave.
Yep.
That's basically what I mean. So when I say,
yeah,
I was saying with happy ending, I'm like, oh, do they stay or do they go? And I'm like, yeah, it's not working. Now, when I say it's a bad ending, I'm not like Yukimura is going to say violence is good. Actually, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just wanted to
would be
clarify.
Cool.
It would be pretty
crazy swerve. He actually loves violence the whole time.
He lied in all those interviews.
Yes, it's like the reverse prologue where you sort of get lulled into thinking that violence is okay. Then you get that farmland, only for the farmland to be the misdirect, not the fucking prologue. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I just thought of a classical, crazy, wacky, and great historical happy ending that's pretty ahistorical anyway. Most of the Vinland people get killed except for everybody that we care about. They all stay with the Linu people because it's a different tribe that kills them all, and they all get married, or even Kali gets married to one, and Gudrid. So there's no white people in Vinland. They get submerged into the Native American gene pool, and then it gets to be historical. History's not changed. There's just a little tiny bit of Nordic DNA in there that it gets snuffed out in the annals of history. Therefore, no war, because as we all know, Native Americans didn't war, except they kind of did. That's my happy ending that I thought of on the spot just now.
Well, I think there's more historical precedent for that than you realize, because I think I did remember watching a video.
Roanoke or whatever it's called.
There's no, not Roanoke. Well, okay. I guess Roanoke did have that, right?
Because they all disappeared, and we don't know where they went. But they could have.
But literally in England, there were not, in that eastern Canada, there were reports that, they saw lighter skinned
Native Americans
people and stuff. Yeah. So also, I remember watching a video on that, which is history conspiracy, I guess. It's history theory is very little evidence for it, but it's definitely possible that but by all accounts, they probably left, but maybe some people stayed, so you never know.
Yeah, but if some people stay, the more realistic outcome is probably that they all get killed, Bacon, and that's not very happy. But yeah,
Hild will get killed.
With, so yeah.
But is that what you're saying, Carl? Hild will get killed?
No, that's what you be saying.
That's what I'd be saying.
We see the tweets.
Yeah.
Where are we up
She's
to?
dying.
Oh, we were talking about
She's
rats.
dying, boys.
Yes, that's how this started. We're not up to Hild yet, Bacon. Calm your horses. But yes, there are rats around. This is a big fuck you to the happy people, because if a war breaks out, maybe Thorfinn can save the day. If disease breaks out, this Thorfinn prick can't do much unless he gets a healing touch or something. That would be pretty cool. But that's not going to happen, I don't think. And Hild might be an expert in contraptions, not a doctor as far as I understand. And we don't got no supernatural history-defining doctors around either. So these rats will fuck some shit up. So yeah, rats are scary.
Yep.
Then...
Is there any possibility that the rats could be a good thing? I can't think of anything, but could they save them from the rats somehow? I don't know. Is it only a negative thing? It'll only lead to disease and stuff?
Well, I think the problem is that it brings foreign diseases that the Native American immune systems don't know how to deal with. So it's not going to affect the Nordic people, but for them it's going to fuck them up. And then they'll think it's some sort of bio attack because they're all fine and we're not. So that might even create a war after that. So,
but is that the only way that this could go?
Bacon, do you know about
any other way?
Pros of rats? Master Splinter was a pretty cool dude. He was a rat.
True.
What if the rats eat all the food and then they have to come together to establish a farm or something? I don't know.
This would be a lot of rats.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Everyone's like, oh yeah, the rats are negative. It'll lead to demise. But maybe not. Maybe it's a misdirect.
He thinks outside the box. This
yeah.
Big brain boy.
Hey man.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, rats are a bit of an icon of disease and plague because they carry it very well.
Remember that one Berserk
Villainized
panel
for it.
where the disease dude comes out and it's all rats because that's the symbol of disease. God, Bacon, you're so smart.
What a panel.
And what isn't that also in our favorite thing called Chainsaw Man? I'm not going to say where.
Yeah, it is.
Ari, have you read that?
Spoilers. No,
Okay,
I'm only watching the anime.
Okay, well, I don't think we're even reaching the anime this season. Will we, Kyle?
No, probably not.
Well, I'm saying it'll blow your top off.
All right.
Good. That's how good it is.
I love rats. I can't wait.
Shout us if you got the reference. Kyle, I made a correct reference to CSM. Yes,
I think so. Though my memories are vague of especially that part of Chainsaw Man. Oh, and the last point on the rats probably is that it's kind of alarming that they literally at the Native American camp already. They're not just on the boat or near the Nordic people. Now the camp's pretty close by, but they're already over here nibbling away. So they.
Oh, that's true.
Already
that's a great point because this is literally where they were living, and so they've got into they've probably somehow got into their supplies as they're moving, and so then the natives would take it to wherever else they're going. Oh dear. Oh dear.
We're fast tracking this genocide.
It is funny though, like because the rats they were first shown when they're like leaving in like chapter 73 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then we didn't see them for like a whole year of chapters. Like I was like, when are these rats coming out? And then like recently, we just see them like every other chapter.
It's been little bits of foreshadowing every time, building up to the big boom, the big payoff. But next, they're all like, should we follow them? But then it's like they're going to a winter camp, probably shouldn't follow them. Not a good idea. And then Thorfinn has his cool Spidey sense moment where he realizes somebody's here. But it's just our friends. And our friends' names are Bacon?
Pulmug and Nisquadjiju.
Of course. Now this brings me when I first know.
Nesqua and Pulmug.
Yes.
Pulmug's like the easiest one to remember.
So. Pulmug. I'll never forget it until next month. This brings me to my first note that simply reads 16, Bacon. It simply reads 16. Do you want to talk about the number 16? Because I don't.
No, I don't want to talk about the number 16 either.
Niskaji, the girl is 16.
Oh, yes.
She's not 30, like I was saying. Her and Bug Eyes getting together are a little problematic. We might be in deep water if the people from the future go back to watch our previous episodes. Lame. Yukimura should have made her 19, just so we get a year of extra unproblematic-isms. But Bacon's also always telling me Bug Eyes is like 37 or some shit, so fuck me.
He's
and
like
fuck
34,
you.
Yeah. He's an old boy. But he's very handsome in this chapter. So
he's translating and he's knowing words and he's my goodness.
He's like the Leonardo DiCaprio of Vinland Saga, so surely.
Oh yeah.
Surely it's okay.
Listen, Bacon, it was a different time. We all love Muhammad, all right? He had like a 13-year-old wife, or so the internet tells me sometimes, and we all love him. And he thought violence was wrong or something, I'm pretty sure. So it's all okay. Pedophilia defense. Did you expect that today, Bacon?
Okay, so to answer Zapachon, I don't know how to say it.
Zapassion is in chat.
Zapachon. He in chat. We found out because Yukimura answered a fan's question.
Oh yeah.
Because
on Twitter.
This is what we do on Twitter. We just ask Yukimura questions, and I hope he's not finding it annoying. But at the same time, I don't know. He's too popular now. He's like, oh no, these fans are just asking me everything. He's pretty good at ignoring them. So I hope so. Yeah, but
that's how
he said 15, 16. So we've even gone with the higher number.
Well, 16. So she is 16. Believe it or not, legal where me and Ari live. So maybe it's not problematic. Maybe we're in Australia right now.
I think it's legal where I live as well. But we also like Bug Eyes would be like double her age.
Yes, that still might be problematic.
I think in the UK, if you are 16, and if you're both 16 or 17, then it's okay.
Yeah, they
But
call
if one
those
of you's, like,
Romeo and
18
Juliet
and the
laws or whatever, because Romeo was 16 and Juliet was 15 or something. So as long as it's around the same age, you get away with it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what was that? Not what you were going to say? I thought I was cutting you off because we were on the same wavelength.
I never knew it was called that. Man, you guys are cultured down there in Australia.
Actually, I learned that from Destiny Stream, so that's an American thing. It might not even be an Australian thing, but indeed.
Let's not talk about our political influences on the stream, lest we be cancelled.
Yes.
Okay. I do not in any way, shape, or form follow whatever man he just said. I can't remember because I don't know who he is. Okay. do not listen to a word.
What are we even up to? Oh, we're translating things. Oh, and we were talking about 16, and I brought it up as soon as she showed up. Because it had to be addressed, you know? They explain some things here, and this seems to de-escalate the tension in at least the reader, and by the reader I mean me, Bacon. Fuck you. For the last, not weeks, not even months, but last 2 months ago, its conflict looked pretty dire. We had some violence, some hand cut off. Remember that? That was some crazy shit. But it seems like Pormug and Nisquash, it sounds like I'm making fun of the name every time I fuck it up, Bacon, and that's not what's happening.
Just call it Nisqua. Just call it Nisqua.
I don't even know if I can get that one out. Anyway, these two are going to be envoys to try and settle things down, and there's an explanation of the situation, basically, so we're all on the same page here. There's even an explanation about trees dying and then animals dying and then the Linu dying too, and sort of the mindset of the handless dude, of his mindset and stuff like that.
Shaman.
Yes, the shaman.
What's his name?
Yeah, Bacon.
Miss Heg Pique.
Oh, no, we got Kyle to say it.
Has it.
Oh, sorry.
Perfect.
Just Kyle, say it.
Miss Heg.
Yeah, so anything to say about any of this stuff here? Mr. Bacon, Mr. Ari, maybe we should make him speak, huh?
About what?
I think actually, just to cut off Ari so he doesn't get his 5 minutes in.
Sorry.
Because I will actually let me check the time currently. My current time for you is
17 seconds.
1 minute and 31 seconds. There you go.
Bad.
So we're doing all right, actually. But I thought my big brain theory last time was like, oh, everybody's going to, go with the shaman because he's like set up this perfectly, so they like believe him and cause maximum confusion. But it just turns out it's only Miss Heg that believes the Vikings are enemies, or thinks of the Norse as enemies. As Bagel says here, it seems like the rest of the Linu wanted to be on good terms with us when that happened, but they're keeping their distance. So maybe they're unsure, but like before, it was only before they went to the meeting, the Norse were thought of as well. So either you big old dum-dum.
Yes.
But yeah, so
the interesting part, and probably dramatically from a narrative perspective, it's probably going to be Ivar and the gang that starts any major conflict rather than the other way around, because we can see it internally, we know the characters better, we can see Thorfinn's reaction to it all. At least that's my prediction from this point. It's probably not going to be the Linu that attack first. Now, we do have the other tribe that could come in, conceivably. But my bet is on this Ivar.
That's like 8 days sail away. That's like far.
Yeah, but they're coming in somehow, Bacon, all right? They're on the journey. But it also, it's you got to take a trip by water, right? Never mind. Mr. Ari, you got anything to add about this catch-up they do here?
Yeah, I would say I was surprised that the Elnu are being reasonable, I guess, or being portrayed as reasonable. Like they're, like you could very easily go the other way, where it's like they overreact and they are portrayed as the enemy or whatever, from the reader's perspective, because they're not understanding that Ivar like acted in self-defense or whatever. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting how they are being so understanding of the whole situation.
Yeah,
it's a strange position. Yeah,
I think it is to factor into Ivar's going to be the instigator majorly.
Yeah,
and then it'll probably get into a vengeance spiral. So,
but maybe not. Maybe not. Stay to the end, folks, and we'll have a great discussion.
Oh, that is not. I wasn't even thinking about that, but Bacon brings up a good point. Next up. Oh wait, are we done with this catch up portion?
Sure, yeah.
Next up, we got Bacon's girl. Here she is. Terrible character. You heard me say it. Hild is here. We're picking cabbages or something. What's this on the ground? I'm supposed to be the fruit and veg man, but I don't pick these fucking vegetables. What's this, Bacon? A cabbage? A lettuce?
Which page are you on? Oh, here.
The first Hild one.
Yeah, that looks like a. I don't know, it's like cabbage or lettuce. I don't know actually.
Ari,
oh, I
say
see.
us
Okay.
here.
I have no idea. I got fired from I kind of quit and I got fired from a grocery place for not knowing the difference between lettuce and cabbage.
Yeah.
So I'm not the man to ask here. Yeah.
It is difficult. These fucking things do look the same. But Hild is here being a teacher, giving a lesson, but the kids just ain't listening. They're just fucking around as kids do, loving war. We get gender roles a little bit here. There's a bunch to stay here. I guess I guess we'll go in order and then we'll get to the big thing at the end. So first of all, I guess we're doing the gender stuff. The kids say that war is boys' work, but Hild's a girl, so she doesn't know everything because she can't know about war. Historically, teaching was probably a male profession too. I guess they really don't have teachers in Nordic society.
I think most of the teaching would have been done by the matrons.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking more like 1800s England or whatever would probably be male teachers. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You would have had female teachers as well. Yeah.
Well, fuck me, I guess, Bacon.
But like the headmaster, you'd have a headmaster. Like there wouldn't be like a headmistress, probably. Right?
Yeah, but we don't have
unless
churches
it was like
in Australia, right? We're convicts. No God over here.
No, but headmaster's just the leader of the school, right?
I thought you were like... Didn't you say mass?
Principal?
Isn't that a church thing?
No, mass. Oh, that's a Catholic thing. Sorry, I mean headmaster.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we have like
Dumbledore.
principals, right? And they don't have some fucking fancy name.
Well, I mean, maybe we call them principals as well. I just went to a posh school, but that sounds pretty yank to me, boys. So get that out of your mouth real quick.
Yeah, Bacon just revealed himself to be a private school kid, Ari. Let's beat him up.
Damn. Yeah.
Hey, only for one of them.
Yeah.
I wasn't smart enough to get into a high school that was private, so I went to the greater state school.
I feel like in Australia, there's no like intelligence test. It's just whether or not you're rich or not. Probably you can get scholarships or something.
There's selective schools.
In the UK, you can get scholarships and stuff. So
maybe I just don't know anything about the schooling system.
School.
Maybe it failed me in that regard. Maybe I'm just a big dumb idiot and nobody should be listening to us right now. Anyway, Hild's trying to talk about balance now thematically, Bacon. Doesn't this just play in the balance of what do you call it? What was the word I was just using all the time? Where you start a fight and who's to blame? Aggression? That wasn't the word I was looking for. Instigation, perhaps, was the word I was looking for. And it seemed to be that the Linu were doing it, but now it's probably going to swing back to Iva. And maybe Hild at the end is going to balance the scale. We're getting ahead of ourselves. But we also have, to tie into our gender conversation here, there's an argument about whether or not Cordelia is a man or a woman. And if she can fight, therefore she can't be a woman. I feel like we've talked about all this before, but it's interesting. The kids going over it now. Another interesting thing that's sort of brought up here, and that sort of ties into that point, is that there's a kind of a conversation between should a teacher overstep and tell a child that something the parents told them was wrong? If it is wrong, and is it the parent's duty to educate the kid at the end of the day, or the teacher? Not exactly an ethics board here for this grassroots, literally, school we've got going on. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
When it's about war, should you overstep? What do we think about this, Bacon? Hild's trying to tell them that the Linu aren't bad. Their fathers are telling them that it's bad. So clearly some animosity is fermenting. I love big words. What do we have to say about this one?
Hmm. I just wanted to comment about. I didn't actually realize the picture before, but when they're on the ground and like Hild's like that, you get like the wide shot of Hild like reaching down to
Yeah.
change the bags and all that stuff. I love all the actions of the kids because that's like totally what like kids at school would
They
do,
don't like
like
to
in a
sit
grassy
still.
field. They do this like bridges and stuff, and like one of the kids even has a play sword in his hand, but you can see like
Bridges.
a bench that Hild has made. You've got like some Viking runes on the tree, and then you got a pulley system. And then she looks like she's got like different buckets of different sizes for like, oh, this is
Yeah.
how volume of water works and stuff. Like
yeah.
it's this is like the cool subtle like background stuff that I really quite like.
Yes.
So you've also got one kid that's just sleeping in the lesson.
Yes. She's snoozing.
What a dork, what a duster. She's snoozing.
Oh, and the Canute kid is in the background. Look, the Canute twin. I just noticed that.
Yeah. The one that they were fighting over the swing with, yeah.
Yes. Literal Canute's son, question mark? Potential daughter?
Oh.
That's how Canute ends up in Vinland?
Yeah.
Maybe Thorkel ends up in Vinland?
Thorkel's daughters?
Yeah. Thorkel gets sent to be the protector of the kid? It's all tying in.
Yes.
How are we going to wrap up the Canute story, Bacon? What the fuck?
I have no clue, my guy.
Maybe we'll just cut away for Canute 5 chapters or something.
Canute doesn't matter, folks. He never did. I'm sorry, Canute stands, but he was never the point. Come on, let's be honest here. He was done at the end of Farmland, and yawn, Canute. Bye bye.
I feel like we got to see him fail or something. How does Canute die in real life?
B tier character, boys. B tier character. This is what I've been saying.
He's
real beard.
He's trying to fight here.
True, he did right there. Come on, Ari. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. He's an S tier character because he tried to stop the ocean and he couldn't, and it was cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
Good. The passion is going off in chat. I'm not responding, and I feel bad. But that's Carl's. This is Carl's thing. Right?
He's talking about the laws in the US regarding Romeo and Juliet stuff. Hild is the MVP. Technically, she's talking about leverage, not balance. That's true.
That's a real life Ryan talking point right there, folks. But that's true. I think he's edited his video. I was like, okay. To be fair, Tim, I had not considered that was like this was an allegory at all till he said it. I was like, Ryan, you're the biggest brain boy on this planet.
Hey, I didn't watch that video and I arrived at it independently. Remember that Madman line? Yeah. That was a great line. So I'm smart too, Bacon.
Wait, right? What's the conclusion we've come to?
Well, so like she's talking in this situation, like she's talking about leverage, and I'm not sure if there's something super obvious about it, but I think Kyle's one maybe makes a little bit more sense. Like there's balance between, we're at a tipping point. Maybe that's it. Like where Hild's going over the edge or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some metaphor for it. Maybe there's like a saying in Japanese that Hikumura is like referring to, like something.
Yeah. Well, we can all talk about this when we get to the final little bit.
And there's no there, and she does say something. This time there are 2 bags on the right and 3 on the left in order to balance these scales. The scales of justice. There you go. I don't know. Hild's always been a character of justice. That's a lot of what she has to do, and fairness and righting things wrong. Like for example, when she made a mistake in the Baltic Sea War, where she still hated Thorfinn, she wanted to repay it, so that's why she helped Thorfinn like 1v10 those Jorm's Vikings, because she felt that she had to repay and she didn't want to owe Thorfinn anything. So she is a lot about that justice and fairness. Maybe not as much as someone like Snake. Snake's a lot about justice as well, in a much more dispassionate way. Snake doesn't. It's generally a lot less.
Snake was very individualistic too, because he told Fox or whatever his name was that he didn't have to stay. But yeah, I remember these things vaguely.
Yeah, and guess what we have next month, boys? Guess what we have next month?
Oh yes, this anime's out.
Season 2, baby.
Oh, is that already next month?
Kyle's going to complain. Kyle's going to complain. He's going to cry. He's going to go
piss and moan and shit all over this anime. 26 episodes or something, isn't it? My goodness gracious.
24. I don't know how they're going to do it, but if they add in a ton of extra content, I'm not going to complain. Even if I don't think it works in the anime at all, it's extra Vinland Saga content, so I'm not complaining because the
extra Vinland Saga anime content.
We have the manga. We have the manga, so it's okay.
That is my argument with these Berserk movies. But
exactly.
They cut a lot of things out. They're trying to do their own thing a little bit, But we don't need to go into all of that. Bad dads, shitty kids. We hate them all. That was our conclusion.
So basically, are we meant to be like the boots that we're teaching at school, and a kid comes along and starts talking about how great Trump is and how we should build the wall?
No, little Bacon walks into the classroom and says, "Evolution is not real, science teacher. I love Jesus." That's probably a more interesting conversation.
Come on, no, we got to make it controversial. The kids come in and he's like, "Oi, mate, I don't have my vaccine because they're bad for you."
Yeah.
And then the teacher's like, uh-oh.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the set precedent is or what the teacher's ethics board says about this. So I don't know. I guess you would probably, because I know sometimes kids can opt out of things, like even sex ed stuff. I've heard that in America you can sign a waiver and you don't have to do that. When we did it in HBE, they just sort of dropped it on us, and our parents never knew nothing. That's in high school, I guess. But I never did sex ed in primary school, so I don't fucking know. Sometimes students can get out of it through the thingies, but also we're probably a lot more educated than these little kids in contemporaneous, it's a real word, Bacon, society. So I don't know. Do you have a big point of view on this?
I don't. I reckon you can get away with it as a teacher as long as the kid doesn't tell you. But the thing is, if the kid's telling you, "Oh, this is what my parents think," then
yeah, the stakes are also a little higher here because we're literally talking about a war. So fucking fireworks going off next door. I don't think anybody can hear it, but fuck me.
No.
You can tell them in the poor neighborhood, all right? You should have heard it when Samoa made the World Cup final, Bacon. My goodness gracious me, the fireworks were going off at 2 a.m. in the morning for fucking an hour, I swear to God. It was pretty cool. Nonetheless, we're not here to talk about the Rugby League World Cup. Also, my headphone fell out for a little bit of that, so I didn't hear exactly what Bacon said. Was there a conclusion? Should we move on? Or were we still talking about this?
No, we should move on. We should swiftly move on.
Teaching bad, kids bad, war good. That is the conclusion.
True.
Oh, and then
kill the kids in war.
Yes. Yes. Then little Canute here asks Hild if she knows what war is. And originally on this page, Bacon, my God, these fireworks are going off. I was like, hey, does Hild actually know war? I was like, she doesn't, right? The Baltic Sea War doesn't really count. I guess it kind of does. And then I completely forgot about the backstory. And then I clicked the next and I was like, oh yeah, that war thing. So I was a big dummy. Yeah. But we get some flashbacks. Are these redraws or are these the same images? Because I feel like the shot of the mother I remember pretty vividly, but the rest of it could be.
Yeah, so the mother's the same. So basically, so you have the first one, which is completely original. And then the second one, which is a recomposition of the old ones.
Yeah.
That's why you can tell, so you got the father, Hrafnkel, his lines are really thin, and the other daughter's Hrafna, I want to say. I'm digging deep on the trivia. Her lines are really thick because it's been expanded out. So I would assume that they've not been redrawn. This is, and I do remember these faces. So.
Yeah, I remember the Hrafnkel one with the two eyeballs or two pupils.
True. Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, so that one is the only new, old one, from the flashback. So on the third page, the other three are new.
Yeah. Well, this shit looks pretty good. Her looking in the bucket of water, just like the bucket of water Bacon just pointed out that was near the thing. Didn't pick up on that until a second ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The bodies too it looks a little different than Vinland Saga usually looks, I think, or at least wartime Vinland Saga usually looks. And we got some smirking Askeladd followers. Don't worry, Askeladd would kill him in the end. Don't worry. Justice was served. Askeladd is a moral agent, and he's very good.
Yeah, very good.
And then you can tell it's Thorfinn's hand from all the scars and stuff, stabbing the father in the head. Is that what that bottom one is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is Thorfinn. I want to see if the scars are there. And it's going to be one. It's going to be 119. So 119. This is the chapter. I'm pretty sure I've got all these memorized. It's really
Me and Ari certainly don't know.
Yep,
oh yeah,
no
it's exactly the same. Let me just post it in the collab channel. Yeah, it's 119. Good grief! Why do I know these chapters?
Oh yeah, I see it.
These chapters.
Pretty cool. But Hild goes into a trance, and importantly, after remembering all of this, she ain't freaking out and being like, I shouldn't have forgiven Thorfinn, that prick. Let's go kill him. She says, don't worry. The image that we're using for the video pops up in one of the top panels here. She ruffles the kid's hair, says, don't worry, it's nothing. These are all long shots. We don't see Hild's face because she's thinking some crazy thoughts. And then she basically vows that it won't come to war. I won't let it. Carly's looking on in worriment. That's not a word. Worrying about Hild. Hild says, I was a child then. I didn't understand why the town had been attacked. Things are different now. I'm an adult, and there's still time. I'm going to ask Bacon how old Hild is after I finish here. War can be prevented. It's those two. Then we finally see we see the two instigators. Then we see Hild's face for the first time since we see the flashback. Looks very determined. Hild is a murderer, and it's coming up. She's going to kill who thought she would be the one to kill instead of Thorfinn. She's going to kill Ivar, and the shaman dude is going to be great. Bacon, before you comment on that, how old is Hild again?
1 or 2 years younger than Thorfinn, I think. So probably around like 25, 26.
Oh, I thought Thorfinn was like 34 like Bug Eyes. 25, 26. No. I was like 19. What the fuck? I wanted the other one to be older, and now Hild, I'm saying, is younger, Bacon. I just can't make my mind up. But yes, is Hild killing these two? That's the big implication at the end of the chapter, presumably. Is this what we also thought?
Well, no, not at all.
Oh.
I didn't. I don't know.
Give us a rundown.
No, I honestly have not thought about it until because I only read this like right before.
That's why Ari before
it didn't even cross my mind.
Ari was like, "What conclusion are we drawing here with the balancing thing?" Because she's gonna kill two of them.
Yeah,
Ari.
So you think that what she took?
She's not gonna do it, but that's the implication at the end of the chapter as well.
Well, I don't know because what she was saying was that in her backstory she didn't understand why that happened, but now she can do something to prevent it, right? So like what from there I don't understand why did the thing happen back in her backstory? We never really found that out, right?
Well,
what would she take from that?
The reason so it is supposed or implied that Hrafnkel is similar to Thor's because the parallels are strong, and Floki's asked Askeladd to go kill Hrafnkel. They've raided because Hrafnkel is the main dude, right? That's why Thorfinn's going after him.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason why. So it's not exactly the same thing, which is a good point. You know, like this time there is no Floki involved, just trying to kill people for the sake of killing people. But there are instigators, I guess. But I guess now she's older, so she feels like kind of goes back to her general struggle, which is she's always felt like she's been too weak. She was too weak to save her family back then. That's why she became a hunter, so then she can be not the hunted, because you know Thorfinn's whole thing is like, hey, if you're losing the war, that's your fault because you're too weak. So she's like, oh, I gotta get strong. And so now she's like, well, I'm an adult now. I should be like as strong as I can be. You know, I'm stronger now. I can prevent it now. And it's kind of going back into that old cope and mindset, maybe. That's what I was thinking.
Well, the most interesting thing is that it's the turn, right? That she's going to be the one to kill. And it's like a big turn. And also, it puts her in the position to be like, well, she's never really necessarily been under the implication that killing is always bad like Thorfinn is. And if she can kill these two to save everybody else, she might think that's a-okay. We call that utilitarianism, right, Bacon? You're the resident philosophy expert. Know every single term, every single philosophy.
It is. It is a utilitarian. You could, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah,
Wait a
you're
minute.
basically right.
All right, so if you guys think, for instance, if she tries to kill Ivor,
Mhm.
I just don't understand. What would she do? Frame it as like an accident or
Well,
something?
he's going into the woods and
Um,
she's gonna hunt him like a bear because that's how she'll beat him, and he'll get an
but then
arrow.
couldn't they just blame the Elnu at that point? Like be like, oh, the Elnu
Well,
killed
then she'll
Ivor
kill everybody that blames
secretly.
the Elnu.
Like,
We're still saving more people.
hmm.
Utilitarianism. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ari, I think that's a good point. I mean, I don't know, like,
I think Ive is the only one that wants to take direct action. So even Sturk or whatever, I feel like he might be the mastermind behind things, but like
Right.
without Ivor, he might just be like, well, I don't want to start swinging swords at people. Ivor's like the big dumb meathead over here. He just rams into things.
Mm.
Maybe.
the only thing that she could do is what I mean, without instigating. I don't think she could kill Ivor without instigating something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ivor's able to be pacified just because you can speak the same language as him. This shaman is going on, and as an individual actor, he's gone disappeared. So this is the thing. So it's okay. So the key thing, what I saw that instantly like kind of made my alarm bells ring, was on Hild's birthday, which has become a meme now because, you know, a big Hild stan on Twitter asked Yukimura, "Oh, Yukimura, what's Hild's birthday?" She's the same one who asked, "What's Nisquaji's age as well?" Anyway,
Shake my head.
And so basically, Yukimura was like, "Oh, well, what's your birthday?" And she was like, "Oh, it's November something something," and like I think it's 13th or whatever. And he was like, "Okay, that's the birthday." And so like that actually blew up on Twitter.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, "Oh, Yukimura is like the kindest author, whatever." But on her birthday, Yukimura posted that picture of Hild with her headband on, and this is the thing. I'm like, why does Hild have her headband back on? That like means only one thing, right? She's on the hunt now. So it's like, and so this is with her headband off talking to this kid. This is like a flashback, right? This is explaining why before, when she's talking to Pulmug and Isquajija, well, she has the headband on, and we're like, oh, well, the shaman dude's gone missing. So I think she's only going after the shaman now. I don't think she's worried about Ivor, because if the shaman, he's as an individual party, if he gets shot, she dispatches the body, then no one knows what's happened to him, and he's not instigating more warfare between people. The guy's an old dude; he could have just died, you know, like in the wilderness, you know, like that's the only thing I could think that if she did actually want to kill them,
my God.
that would happen.
Yeah.
But my theory is I don't think she is wanting to kill. I don't think she can kill. Like my
I think she's actually
head
gonna do
canon
it
has
even if
always
she
been
wants to, but yeah.
my head canon is always like, even if Thorfinn killed Floki, she wouldn't have been able to kill him. Because literally, like in their first meeting, she wasn't able to kill Thorfinn because of her conscience acting up, right? With the hunting master and that acting up, like, so like I don't think she'll be able to kill anybody, but I think she definitely will go and hunt him and then observe what this shaman is doing, and then she'll be able to report back. I think that's what she's doing. I don't think she's actually going to try and assassinate him.
I feel
maybe she will.
I feel like there would,
if
this happens, there's going to be a big Thorfinn speech involved somehow to calm her down or something like that. I feel like that would be an opportunity for something like that to happen. So rather than her just observing Thorfinn, maybe Thorfinn followed her and she didn't realize or something.
Well, Carly does seem a bit worried here, so it's very possible that he goes report back to Thorfinn.
Didn't show up to class today, Thorfinn. And he's like, where did she go? And follows her.
Yeah, she had her headband back on.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. I guess, to be fair, I guess it is summer. It's winter now. This is the first winter she's had, or whatever. Or maybe it's not quite winter yet, but like, she's only been without a headband for like a few months. So it's getting cold now. Maybe she wants to, you know,
warm the forehead
or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. I mean, after this chapter, my theory is that Hild's gonna die. Not because of the actions in this chapter, just because of her place in the story, and she's got to die if we're staying historical. So yeah, that's my take.
I just want to say, I don't know if I didn't pick it up or I just interpreted it differently, but I didn't think there was a flashback going on here. I thought it was just like they went to Pomuk and Nisquajija and they went back afterwards. But I guess I like that better, that it's like a flashback to, like, even when she's talking to them here, she's trying to suss out like where they're gonna go or anything. I
Yeah,
guess that
I
makes
mean
sense.
yeah. I mean, it is hard to kind of.
Wait, what are we saying is the flashback?
So like, well, she's talking to the kids before they go talk to Pulmug and Miss Cottage. Actually, can we see?
I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it makes a lot of sense. Like if she is paying, like she's staying in the back, she's paying attention to them. I don't know. I guess she'll do that regardless. And she does have her like headband on, so she's like hunting or whatever. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were talking about the head. That she was wearing the headband at some point in this chapter.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, I see now. I thought you were just.
I'm trying to see evidence to support my claim. That was my assumption because I think it's like she's almost thinking back. That's what I thought. That's my vibe. But there is actually nothing
I like
to like confirm it.
I see how the framing would indicate that, so I do kind of see that now a little bit.
One thing I will, I think, at least for me, like in my thoughts, I think once she puts the headband back on, she's not taking it back off. I don't think she'd have the headband on for the kids and stuff as well.
That is actually the one note I made was about her headband because I was confused. I was like, oh, like when I first saw her, she's like, oh, she has it back on. And then in my rationale, I was like, oh, maybe she only puts it on when she's hunting or something because she wants to keep her hair out of the way. But I guess, yeah, more like thematically, it's like she will keep hunting now that she's put it back on. I like it.
Yeah. There was one other thing I thought of, but I can't remember now, which really sucks. But I mean, I'm a big fan of like this paneling here. So like when she's first introduced, she's going back in time. Like she looks at the kids, and it's like her non-scarred side, and they're talking about it, and she's like, "Oh, what's good?" And she's trying to ignore it, and then she eventually turns around to her scars like front and center of the page. If we're thinking about page 12, I quite like that kind of like oh yeah, now we can see her scars and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. I've made a big deal about this thematically because like one of the main thematic chapters of this arc so far has been 182, which is when they're talking to Bug Eyes and Ive around the campfire, and they're like, oh, who is this most dangerous man? What is the most dangerous man that Thorfinn's talking about? And he explains it. And in the background there, Hild was listening to the whole thing. So that could be another indication that Hild is like going to turn into one of these most dangerous men or women in this example, I guess, because she hates war so much that she's willing to commit violence to stop war, which at least makes you as dangerous, very, very dangerous in Thorfinn's opinion.
So Bacon, as a person who thinks there's going to be a bad ending or like a historical ending, do you think this like framing Hild as this like not framing her, but potentially being the antagonist or whatever, based on that previous speech, do you think this will be the climax of the series? Like this event, like what she chooses, do you think that'll be the most important tipping point in this war?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think this is I think it's like if you cast your mind back to Farmland, the tipping point of that arc. Yeah, you have a couple of tipping points, but you have one tipping point which is, when Omar kills that dude and Thorgil also then starts slaughtering all the Knut's men, right? That kind of puts Knut against them for good. But then also you have like Garda coming back as well, and it's like this compounding of like different things. And this time, I guess, is a bit more streamlined. So I think Hild. What my instant thoughts were is that Hild will probably go and start, spying at least on or going to trying to find this shaman, and then she'll see him. Maybe she'll try and shoot him, but isn't able to, or something like that. But then there's miscommunication somehow that they've sent their assassin to kill the shaman, and then that's what if she gets found out.
Hild
we know that.
Keep going, Bacon.
We know that the native people are a bit more, they're pretty in tune with the forest, and so they may be able to hear her. Maybe she'll meet the bear again, and the bear will be like, why are you killing humans now, or whatever, why are you hunting humans? Maybe she'll have another vision of that. I mean, there's so many things. I was surprised that she was getting another arc. Hild fans are eating good, but sorry, Ina Bros,
I
but
was
you ain't
about
gonna
to
get
say
anything.
fucking I know now.
Poor
Maybe he'll
man,
be
poor
the
man.
he'll be the voice of reason because
I
they
hope
talked
so. I
initially
mean,
in their first confrontation.
He'll be
right?
standing there next to Thorfinn as Thorfinn gives a speech. It'll be pretty
No,
cool.
but like
Yeah,
if we think back to their first like introduction of Hild, he was the voice
true.
who was trying to defend Thorfinn at that point. So he could be a big part of her story going forward.
That's the last thing he did in this manga, Ari. That's good.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
that.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, yeah, Ivar's. I mean, I think I saw a tweet somewhere that Yukimura doesn't know what to do with Ivar. Not Ivar.
I know.
Ina.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did a Kyle. That is actually really embarrassing. Shoot me now. Don't jump out my window. But yeah. So I think. I mean, I think it'd be really cool if Ina could, because he is kind of he's just doing stuff, but he's not having a major purpose. Like even Bug Eyes, like, like Ina doesn't feel like a player in the story, I guess. And I'd like to see. I think it's a good opportunity if he sees someone going. Thorfinn's so busy, like doing his stuff that like Ina's like, okay, I've got to go take something into my own hands here. But maybe that's not in Ina's character. He always kind of talks stuff out with Thorfinn, or maybe I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I just want more Ina content. I feel bad for the Ina stands out there. Yeah, you guys are starving right now. Literally gonna die. The little morsels we're getting, but
bro, maybe killing him off is how we get him back into the story. That'll be an emotional moment.
Hild kills him by accident.
I was actually thinking, what if he jumps in front of an arrow or something?
Yeah.
The thing I was gonna say earlier was that Hild having a big fuck up would be interesting if she like sets off. They think that they're all going to get assassinated, like the Linu people, because she doesn't end up killing. I nearly said Polmug, the shaman dude, because I don't think Hild has really had a massive like fuck up moment, and seeing her be like sad or disappointed in herself or something like that could be an interesting character moment. Also, from the ending, it would seem to imply that next chapter probably would be this Hild situation where whatever she's going to do, she's going to start doing it. And now my only other note, which is also just a number, is 200, because we are 2 chapters away from chapter 200. And these mangaka, like the rest of us, like these big rounded numbers to be big chapters. 100, Thorfinn goes home. 200 could be maybe Ina's getting killed now. Point. But I was assuming maybe it would be the big Thorfinn to Hild speech, maybe. But yeah, 200 is probably going to be something big, and it seems like the next one will deal with whatever Hild's going to do. So maybe the Jarkey Bacon Hild bros really are eating the best, and 200 will be all about a Hild moment. Another one, but 200's coming up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe what happens, Kyle, and you'll like this. Hild's, going to hunt stuff, and then Ina steps
she falls in love with somebody in the forest. My goodness. Never mind. No.
Ina's like, here, we can't do this, and then she's like, true, I love you, and then they kiss. And then
he was thinking my language. Is that saying? Speaking my language.
Speaking my language.
Thinking my language. Now that's even more personal, Bacon. Maybe. You did say she's 25 or something. How old's Ina, Bacon?
Ina will be almost exactly the same age.
Isn't that just perfect? No problematic aspects to this marriage, but maybe. 200 though. What else could it be?
I will say if Hild got with Ina, that would be like a great way to make lots of people very mad. Because
really?
Most people have Hild typed as a lesbian. Yeah.
Yes, you have said that.
She's
before.
like, oh, I don't like boys in one of her chapters. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in her flashback, she doesn't want to become a housewife or whatever, but her sister does, right? Yeah, I remember.
She's still teaching kids. Huh? That's a very feminine thing to do. Spend time around kids. Why would you do that? Yeah. I will say one thing, that Ari has gone for 1 minute, but you won't notice it because he never talks anymore. So,
how do you know he left for a minute? Did he say something in the Discord that I'm not paying?
He said in chat. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything.
We're coming up on the end here too, because I got the first battery warning. We got a.
Oh no!
Hold on, I'm hovering. 17% left. But we have covered the whole chapter so far. So I don't know if I have much more to say. I'm sure you do, Bacon.
I think we covered most things.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, she definitely looks really. I mean, we have the enemies of peace must vanish.
Oh, I didn't even read the
that's
little
the caption.
Caption.
I mean, we know these things lie, but
oh my goodness, she's definitely killing them, or at least she wants to in this moment. The enemies of peace must vanish. She don't have a disappearance spell over here. Next time Hild moves, bro, her heart moves because she falls in love. It's a great thing. She can find a pretty Native American girl in the forest. It doesn't have to be Aina. I don't give that much of a fuck about Aina. So yeah, love is in the air. Next chapter is my conclusion.
Yeah. Ari, do you have any conclusions? You need at least like 30 seconds. So.
Let me think. So.
What's chapter 200 going to be, Ari?
Chapter 200 will be nothing significant at all. It'll just be another chapter. But every chapter of Vinland Saga is amazing. Maybe I think next chapter maybe Aina will die, and then Hild. How much longer, Bacon, do I have to talk?
You got another 10 seconds. Come on.
All right.
Yep. 40 seconds.
And Bacon's got a new video, so you better guys go check that one out. All right.
I know what's happening in
chapter. It's great.
I know what's happening in chapter 200. Gudrid reveals that she's been cheating on Thorfinn the whole time with Aina, and then Thorfinn kills Aina.
Whoa.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, yes.
Then Hild kills Thorfinn because we're going to forget about the character development. And then they're all dead. Chapter 200 will be a great time.
Jesus. Is that historical or ahistorical?
Well, Thorfinn did marry some girl named Gudrid historically. I don't remember what happened.
She makes it back to Iceland.
Does Thorfinn make it back to Iceland? I actually don't even remember.
I don't think it's recorded. I don't think. No, he may have actually. He may have. Oh yeah, he did. He did make it back. But that's where the theory of Bug Eyes coming in and being Thorfinn instead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So then it's all historical. That's that theory.
I don't see the ending being Thorfinn crying on a boat as he has to retreat to Iceland because he failed. That boy got to die.
Wait, I just had a sudden
epiphany.
I'm sure this won't happen, but yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but the word leverage is like, could you use it in the situation where if you kidnap someone and then like if you swap Ivar, like give Ivar to them and you take Miseg Bigware, could that be a possibility? I guess they'd be really offended if you took the other people, I guess. But I don't know.
Like, guys, let's go catch their Pope.
Yeah, no, but you do it secretly, you know? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, like take a hostage or something.
Better than killing, I guess. But yes.
Yeah, but that's a good way to escalate and squeeze.
Now, mark my words, it's happening.
Okay.
No, they forcibly kidnap both of them, swap them, and they have to live in the other. It's like a wife swap, that television show, and they got to live with the other tribe for a week, and so that'll solve all the issues. There we go. But it is forcible.
I think is either too much of a Sigma grind set to, find any of these ladies attractive. Like if he went there and he's found someone that he was found really attractive, then then he's not going to fight them. This is just how you antidote. Love is the antidote to violence.
Yeah. Have we seen any other female?
That's what I was thinking as well.
Ones except for the 16-year-old.
I mean, we don't have any characters, but there's definitely loads of background characters. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember any, but I'm sure they're pretty or something. Have we run out of things?
Every single chapter, I'm like, I need to figure out what Ivar's tattoos are because they will probably mean a lot.
Yeah.
But I've never done it. I don't know.
It's like a Naruto where Gaara has love written on his forehead, even though he's like a crazy serial killer because he was never loved as a kid. But then Naruto saves him with love.
Oh, that's sad.
Spoiler alert.
No.
Poor guy.
Oh, Gaara got a sad ass backstory. All right, is he the only person he loves tries to assassinate him and says that he hates him, and he breaks down and becomes a crazy Jinchuriki. Crazy stuff, Naruto. Better than Vinland Saga, Lamau.
What does that word mean?
Jinchuriki is a special Naruto word, I believe, for you have one of the 9-tailed beasts inside of you and you're big and powerful.
Oh my goodness.
And they're all in children because Naruto is all about child soldiers and abuse and war and vengeance. And it's just Vinland Saga a bit better, you know? Superpowers.
That's crazy.
And shit.
All right.
But yeah,
can't wait.
Cool. Jinchuriki is also a retcon that they invent later, so it wasn't planned from the beginning. But who cares? Why are we talking about this? Can you believe it? Thorfinn will be revealed to be the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, and he will solve all the problems next chapter. And he will be Naruto reborn. Except Naruto, they have like technology and stuff, so it's probably in the future.
Oh yes, I remember that. That was one of Super Eye Patch Wolf's criticisms of Naruto.
It's inconsistent technology. I know they have headsets at the beginning, and then Naruto has a laptop in the last chapter, and there's like a big city behind him, even though it was. I don't know, it's kind of ambiguous. I feel like there's power lines throughout the whole show. They have like holograms and stuff sometimes. Yeah, it is kind of wacky because it is a lot of like old school ninja stuff and then some technology stuff. But that's wacky. Dragon Ball's got dinosaurs in it, never explained. You don't need to know about it. They got TVs too. How else are you going to watch the Cell games, Bacon? You don't got a TV? Bacon hasn't seen Dragon Ball.
I don't have a TV.
That's... Well, I didn't expect that either, but everything works. Have we run out of things to say, fellas? We're talking about Dragon Ball, we're talking about Naruto, and by we, I mean me. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Vinland Saga, very good. Going to be enjoying it as a great Christmas gift. Well, the best Christmas gift, always have had it for the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah, it'll come out around that time.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unless he takes a break or something.
He won't do it
the
twice.
deadline.
He won't do it twice. Or 3 times
True.
now. 3 times.
Well, I think you've all got to go watch Bacon's trivia video. You got to go watch the backlog of Bacon and Ari talking about all of Vinland Saga. There's probably like 10 or 12 hours of content there for you. Better watch all of Black Sails. That's like 40 hours of content. And then you got to watch me and Ari talk about that. You got to read Berserk. And me and Bacon are talking about that. That's on this very channel that you're on right now. The first part of that. That was that's like 3 hours of content. We'll be talking about the first part of the Golden Age arc at some point here. So subscribe to everybody's channel.
As well.
Bacon's nearly at... Wait, what did you say, Ari?
Attack on Titan as well.
That's true. We're supposed to be doing that still too.
Taking his time, yeah.
And when is Attack on Titan coming out last? When's the last one?
What? We got like 50 more to go. What do you mean last one?
No, but
the previous one.
The anime.
Oh, that
is
shit.
that yet?
That's later or something.
Oh wow. I guess that makes sense. Mappa is
Yeah.
It is
doing something.
Stretched real thin, right? They're doing some other stuff at the moment.
Wait, I was on a roll. Shilling people's stuff. Oh, Bacon's nearly 1,000 subscribers. He's going to be making buttloads of money soon. Ari's kind of close, and he's got fucking Mushoku Tensei videos that be outshining all of my most recent videos. Not cool.
What a series.
Hopefully I'll have a scripted video out before the end of the year.
Ari, do we know when the next season of that's coming out? Is it coming out next year?
Yeah, it's next year. I don't think there's a date, unless I forgot. But yeah.
And I just got the second battery warning, so we'll talk about Mushoku Tensei some other time. For Bacon, for Mr. EliteAri, for me, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube now. We'll see you back next week at Christmas time, hopefully. Support links in the description below. Thanks.